So it was quite the night in the National Basketball Association last night in the playoffs. We could spend some time discussing the annihilation of the Denver Nuggets by Oklahoma City, but doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot to discuss there other than a historic first half from a scoring standpoint and Denver just getting wiped out, that game being over. Or we could talk about part 2 of the Boston gag job that took place last night. What an embarrassment. An absolute embarrassment. The Boston
Which
Celtics.
one was a more demoralizing, Denver? Demoralizing. You think so?
Because I feel like that game for Denver made it feel like they have no shot.
They beat them.
Like that was the type of
curse.
That was the type of ass whooping that makes you feel like, I don't know, man, if we're going to be able to do anything here.
Ooh.
I thought Boston's was worse. At least Denver's.
I thought Boston's was worse, but for what it's worth, I'm with Q. That you're not supposed to get taken behind the woodshed like that. Like they ain't leave nothing left. Nothing.
I mean, if you do get taken behind the woodshed, does anything good ever happen?
No.
Yeah,
not for the person that gets taken behind.
Yeah. That's a great point.
What do you mean by that?
Can you imagine the facial expressions that were being like? Did they peek around the corner of the woodshed before they came out? Like, nothing good happened.
Peekaboo.
Hope no one's there.
I just, man, like I was actually watching, and congratulations, the Knicks deserve to win that game. The Celtics have no business with their style of play and what they've done the past couple of games. But I was watching that last night going, maybe this will be what wakes teams up, because we've seen Minnesota go cold from 3 and just not have any other answers. I think it was Houston was the last time we talked about it. Boston's now done it 2 games in a row.
That's all they do. That's all anybody does.
I wonder if this is going to be the correction to the marketplace, so to speak, of, hey, believe it or not, you're going to have to do something other than just stand back, chuck and duck, and then hope the ball goes in. And if it doesn't, well, whatever, we'll get them next time. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And it's everybody, though. Like, you got Chet Holmgren, you got guys like Towns, you got 7-footers that refuse to go into the paint. I don't even know if they know how to go in the paint. I don't know, man. It's a tad bit disturbing. Might be too strong of a word. It really might be, but it's just crazy to think that literally. And listen, I never thought football would become a pass-first league. Never thought it would happen. If you would have asked me 20 years, 30 years ago, if you would have said to me, running back would not be one of the more popular positions to play, and it would be a pass-first league, I would have told you you're crazy. Like, no way. It's always football is meant to be run first. I would have argued you down. And that's kind of like looking at where the NBA is right now. And as, you know, it's stated so often, the whole Steph Curry effect and the idea of just the mathematics of it, like, oh, you could get down shooting those threes and all it takes is for you to warm up and then you can chew into a lead so much easier by getting 3-pointers versus, you know, going the traditional way. I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird because you don't see people dunk very often anymore. I think that's why people get so excited about Anthony Edwards. It's like you don't even really see people try to take it to your face in basketball right now. It's just not even really a part of the game right now. It's crazy, man.
I think Stan Van Gundy made the point. It was late in the Minnesota game the other night, and he said Anthony Edwards has got 19 points. None of them are on jump shots. Like, he's just going to the basket. And it feels like Jason Tatum can get to the basket when he wants. Jaylen Brown can get to the basket when they want.
They can.
Like there's a reason why those guys are making $700 million, because they were all NBA players, and you have to have the ability to do more than just stand back and shoot threes, and they just don't. And by the way, it comes off as lazy. Like it feels like a lazy throw it up and, well, if it doesn't go in, whatever. And it's just not entertaining. And so it's actually kind of nice to see the Knicks win games and close them out on defense. By the way, the Knicks weren't even good last night. It's not like they were scoring at a high clip. Brunson didn't have that great of a game, but still,
I feel like this is what playoff basketball used to be, though.
Yeah,
like that's the problem. Is we got so accustomed to teams scoring in the 100s or the 120s that we see a game that's below 100, we go, oh, they just had a bad shooting night. No, this is like actually good defense. I know, again, guys, it's the NBA playoffs. We don't see that in the NBA regular season. This is what good defense looks like. I think that has played a role a little bit, too, in some of the poor shooting performances.
Yeah, they absolutely deserve to win. They deserve to clip. Mikal Bridges winning. And by the way, talk about throwback NBA player. He's never missed a game in his career. He's played now there was some Fugazi activity.
Fugazi.
Well, last game of the season, he played 6 seconds just to keep his consecutive game streak going.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but listen, I think he's played 556 straight games. He's never missed a game. He's out there closing out games on defense. He was the one scoring early on in that quarter. But Jaylen Brown, the Celtics' other star, who's really struggled himself the first couple of games, he spoke following the game.
I hate to say it, but like you guys are supposed to find ways to score. These are the moments that they're the ones that look like they're playing with the poise, and you guys aren't. Can you explain why that's happened now 2 games in a row at home?
I'm not sure. We've gotten to great starts. We guarded. We played physical with energy today. To start the fourth quarter, I thought we got like 4 or 5 great looks in a row that didn't go in, and maybe that affected us. But what's done is done. Now we got an opportunity to see what we made of, and come out and try to make something happen. Game 3.
So there's a very energetic Jaylen Brown post-game.
I mean, they controlled the entire game except the last part. Like, except the fourth quarter. They controlled the game. As sloppy as the play looked, as many shots that were being missed, Jaylen went to the rack. Guys were getting to the hole. They were playing some really good basketball. I mean, they had a good first half, a strong first half. It's a mind blower. It's a head scratcher to even think that the New York Knicks were able to claw back into the game in the fashion that they did, let alone actually think that there was a real chance that they could win the game. Like, it was like when they took the lead at the point that they did and the game was like, the clock was basically at the end, it just gave you this weird feeling, and you could see it, like watching it on the television. You could see it in the body language of the Celtics. You could see it, and you could feel it. That it was like, it's just a utter disbelief that this would happen, and I don't know how demoralizing that victory. How much it was. I know I said that the Indiana game. And then that makes me wonder which one of those is more demoralizing, because Q thinks that Cleveland's going to come back and win this series. They're not.
That's right, baby. Cavs, baby. Cavs coming back now.
Yeah.
Classic Ohio fan.
Let's go,
Classic
baby.
Ohio.
Come on, Cavs.
Classic Ohio fan.
We got this. Never a bad time to have a great turnaround,
I don't know. I don't know that wasn't a more demoralizing. If I'm comparing those two, I don't know if that isn't a more demoralizing loss for the Celtics than that Cavs game was. Probably. To be honest.
By the way,
that could have signified the end of the series for that series.
The Celtics are still favored to win the series on DraftKings, down 2-0.
I could see why. I mean, Cleveland has starters out, right? Like
for all you Knicks blowhards out there setting up the parade. Just so you know, the betting market says Boston's going to win that series, even though you're going back home up 2-0.